Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. Well, another revisit movie review, but on the same time, back to reviewing another 20th anniversary review of a 1996 film. And I've already reviewed this film long ago, but since it was released in 1996, I'm doing 20th anniversary movie review, so I want to revisit it. And like I said, we'll do some review some Christmas stuff, but this is a Christmas film, and it's one of my favorites. This is just a little fun Christmas comedy, and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger in the only Christmas film he has only ever done, and especially family films as well. So me revisiting the 20th anniversary review of Jingle All the Way. I enjoy this movie. It's also I put it as one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies because Arnold Schwarzenegger was so much fun to watch in this hilarious Christmas comedy. Also starring is Sinbad, right there. Phil Hartman, who's no longer with us. Rita Wilson, who I think is married to Tom Hanks. I think it is. Robert Connor, who starred in the Wild Wild West TV show. Martin Mull, who played Colonel Mustard in Clue for a brief appearance, and also appearance by Jim Belushi as well. And the film is directed by Brian Levant, who will go on to direct the first Beethoven movie, which I absolutely love. Another childhood favorite of mine. Then he go on to direct the Flintstones, Snow Dogs, then the prequel to the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas. Then he would direct Are We There Yet? Then he directed the Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 the prequels to the live action Scooby-Doo films, like The Mystery Begins and The Curse of the Lake Monster. But between Beethoven and this film, between this film and Beethoven are my favorite films from the director. And I just had a lot of fun with this film. I would watch this. I do watch this in another time of the Christmases, just to see Arnold just be funny and have a lot of laughs with him. And I liked how I enjoyed his banter between him and Sinbad as well. Sinbad was a lot of fun as well. Yeah, the film was a success at the box office despite the negative reviews it got. It has a 17% Rotten Tomatoes and has a 5.59 IMDb. And that's understandable because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Christmas comedy. What do you expect? But regardless, I had fun with it, and I think even the film was yeah, the director was nominated for a Razzie for Worst Director, but that's just a minor thing, but it was made into it worldwide, made 129 million worldwide, and its modest budget of 75 million. For a Christmas comedy, which Arnold Schwarzenegger is considered a big budgeted Christmas comedy. And this came out it came released on the Thanksgiving weekend of 1996, but it was overshadowed between the time you would have Space Jam, then you would have the week after this is Ransom, which I reviewed. Space Jam I reviewed as well. 101 Dalmatians will come a week later after this though, but I revisited that again though. And also the same weekend as this film came out was Star Trek: First Contact, which is also another 1996 film, but I want to wait on that because I want to wait till I review the whole Star Trek franchise. So yeah, that's 1996. I would give it 20th anniversary due, but I would fitting. I would just do the whole Star Trek franchise instead of just reviewing just one. Otherwise, because if I do it, I would skip over it. But yeah, but I would do that though. But I'll just wait to review that film. But this came out the same weekend as Star Trek First Contact though. But of course, it didn't win. But number one. And beside all that, I still had fun with it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is also another childhood favorite of mine, and I would say it's one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies, especially for a Christmas film. So, but this is the whole. Okay, this simply enough. Arnold Schwarzenegger. His dad is a father, married to Rita Wilson. They have a son named Jamie, played by Jake Lloyd. Yeah, who plays young Anakin Skywalker from The Phantom Menace. He works a lot. He sells mattresses. He sells mattresses because you hear him. He's in his office and he's like, "Oh, you think the fabric is too dark? Well, we'll just recover it. Oh, king sizes, whatever." Yeah. And he fails to meet his go to it. He tries to make it to his son's karate class but misses it. He gets Phil Hartman, who's this neighbor named Ted, who it's like the snot-nosed neighbor who's always trying to do everything, make it seem like, he tries to be more good, tries to be like more good to Rita Wilson than Arnold has. So Jake Lloyd, he gets upset, and Arnold tells him what freaking out. So what can I do? What kind of is there anything especially want for Christmas? And when the film opens up, it opens up with like this fake TV show called Turtle Man. I said Turtle Man. That was actually a line that Sinbad says. Some goofy fruity toy named Turtle Man, or there's this ta Turtle Man. I said I just unintentionally. I just said how the way it turned out. So yeah, but it's Turbo Man. It's funny how I just said it was Turtle Man. This is how Sinbad says it. But yeah, it just shows how funny it is. But Turbo Man, how it opens up with this fake TV show called about sorry, but a TV show called Turbo Man, and that's what Jamie wants for Christmas is his action figure. But he doesn't have a doll, so he has to go to the toy store the next day to get it. And a lot of funny lines from Arnold. He's like, what is it like? Oh, come on! It's waiting for the doors to open. Come on, it's freezing out here, right? Because of 2 minutes. And then he's talking with Sinbad. Sinbad is also just having fun as well. And how does that go? Not to mention all the little clues that they're supposed to get. Dear Santa, can you send me a bike and a slinky? No, your father's been laid off. And then they spend billions of dollars on TV advertisements, and they sit there and use subliminal messages to suck your children's minds out. And then they make it so your child feel like garbage, and we especially use an alimony with every man who slept with everybody at the post office but me. And what I do, I just want to choke her. I just choke her until his eyes popped out. I enjoy Sinbad. He's just lots of fun to watch. And then all the toys are sold out, and then he's asked for whether these two guys start laughing because this is the hottest Christmas toy. And Arnold's like, grabs these two guys. Where is your Christmas spirit? And then Arnold goes from toy store to toy store. No such luck. And he's on the phone. He gets Phil Hartman on the phone. And of course, you get one of my favorite. My favorite. I would say it's my favorite line of the movie. Favorite funny line where Teddy's at his house and he's eating these Christmas cookies that are so good. And he's like, "Oh, these cookies!" And then what? And then Arnold goes and says, "Put that cookie down." now. If anyone knows any funny Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners from movies, that's obviously what's one of my favorites. Put that cookie down now. I love that line. It's so funny. So they meet with Sinbad again. He says he wants to team up. He says no. Then they there's more. They said there's more Turbo Man, which is in Minnesota. They're in Minnesota because they're at the Mall of America, and that's where I believe that's where the Mall of America is in Minnesota. I think it is in Minnesota. That's where they're at. So that's why you see the Great Mall of America. So there's a crowd there, and they said that there's a drawing, to have you have a number ball, and which one you get is which one of the selected few will get the Turbo Man. And everyone, and the also thing is though, like how everyone's in a frenzy to get this this Turbo Man. It's kind of like it's like in the back in the day, especially in the 80s. You know how popular the doll was of Cabbage Patch dolls were. I remember because my mother, she used to be a fan. She used to be a fan of those Cabbage Patch dolls back then, and she remembers how everyone just went buck wild to go and get these things, in a feeding frenzy. It's basically they're doing the same here because there's a popular toy for kids and everyone's just going crazy trying to get this. So that's what basically the gist of this movie is, because it just shows how popular a toy was and everyone's willing to go crazy or do stupid things to get it. Just like how people were back in the 80s when Cabbage Patch dolls were popular. So yeah, then because it's how the way people are acting. It's like everyone's in the crowd here, they're just trying to get these balls, and they throw them up the air, and everyone's just trying to get one ball after another, and Arnold, he's just and Sinbad, like Arnold gets one ball, and Sinbad takes from him and maces him in his eyes, like, "Dah! He maced me!" And then And then Arnold goes to chase after this one ball as bounces lands in the hands of a girl. He tries to get it back from her, and then he meets with a mall Santa Claus played by Jim Belushi, and it was nice to see Jim Belushi because him and Arnold both starred in a movie together, and that was Red Heat, which was a fun buddy cop movie. I enjoy Red Heat. Those two, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi, they were fun together in Red Heat. So it was kind of nice It was nice to see them for a little screen time they had together. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see them together since Red Heat. So Jim Belushi was a little bit fun in the little role that he had. So then he says he's a small Santa, and he says that he has a Turbo Man with him. So they take him to this warehouse where there's a bunch of these Santa Clauses are at, and he gets the doll, and it's a phony. It's like it falls apart, and he says, you guys are just another bunch of red fruits in red suit, thieves, red suits, criminals, degenerates, And then Jim Belushi's like, in the North Pole, those are fighting words. Okay, put him up. Oh, relax, bub. I'm not about to hit a Santa Claus. Oh, come on, you chicken. Chick, chick, chick. Chick, 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 chick. And then Arnold pulls the beard and it slaps Jim Belushi back and goes, he says, get him. And he gets silly fun with this Santa ninja with candy canes. His nunchuck is doing all this. And then Arnold gets a giant candy cane and just whacks him and whacks a few more. And you get this big, bulky, giant, this huge Santa. And he's like, of course, you get the corny lines like, I'm going to deck your halls, bub. Yeah, you get corny lines like that, though, but that's fine, because I'm having fun with the movie. And then the police come in, they raid the house, and Arnold runs out of gas in his car, and he goes to this diner to talk with his son. Says he can't make it to the parade they always go to. Um, then Jake Lloyd gets mad at him, hangs up. Then and Arnold talks with Sinbad again. Talking like how what he was thinking when he yelled at him for no reason, makes him a bad father. And Sinbad tells him how when he was a kid he wanted this special toy, he never got it for Christmas, and this guy he knew, since he got that toy he became a billionaire, and he was just a loser mailman, and Arnold's thinking his son will turn out like that. And then you hear, and then the radio DJ says, if you win a chance to win a Turbo Man by saying all the names of the Santa's reindeer. And then once again you get Arnold with Phil and Sinbad once again fighting over the doll, and like he goes to the phone booth and crushes Sinbad's Sinbad's like, oh, my arm, ah. And tears on the phone. It's like, ah. And then they run to the radio station, and Sinbad shoves him, and he's like, bye bye, sorry. And then Arnold goes like, oh, you barked up the wrong tree. And then there's another funny thing where he's just running, and since Sinbad's carrying his mail bag, it's weighing him down. He's like trying to dump all this mail out, but Arnold he's just singing the names of the reindeer, and he's like, oh, I can run like this for miles. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Prancer, Comet, Cupid, Blitzen. And he just keeps saying, it's like, ha ha ha, I'm having a good time, bye. It's making me smile because this shows Arnold, he can do like a family Christmas comedy like this, and it's making me laugh, and I'm having so much fun just watching him. Especially when he's doing that, and he's just laughing and smiling. It's just, yeah, he can do a fun family Christmas comedy. He can. So, and then he gets the radio DJ played by Martin Mull, like I said, Colonel Mustard himself. And he calls the cops. He's like, I got a madman, and help me! And then when Sinbad gets there, he takes out a package, and he says it's a bomb. And he's like, are you out of your mind? Put this thing away. This isn't worth it. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe that's you, but it is to me. And then it's like, you ain't no different you ain't no different than those people that make my safari hat and my knee socks in the summer. And Marvel's like, are you laughing? Oh no. And I was like, Mr. Ponytail Man, I know you're kind. You're the kind that puts a trash can in the front of the mailbox so to get out my Jeep, right? No, not true. I recycle. Shut up. That's why. Shut up. So yeah, this is funny. It's once again more funny lines. And then they said they can't win. They didn't win a Turbo Man doll. It's like a gift certificate. Then the cops come. They surround Sinbad, and all it says like, he pulls out another package like, back up. This is a homemade explosive device. And it's like, since I work for the Postal Service, so you know that I'm not stable. Tell him. This man is totally insane. Thank you. Now put the guns down. Now you know make moves because I have the ear of a snake. And then Robert Carnard as this police officer who keeps on bumping into Arnold. And he picks up the box like, the one cop's like, oh, you shouldn't mess with that. Relax, Sparky. I was in the bomb squad for 10 years. Gentlemen, we've been duped. This is nothing but a harmless Christmas package. He opens it, and it cuts outside with Arnold's face, and when you hear the kaboom sound, and then Sinbad's like, that was really a bomb. This is a sick world we live in. Sick people. So when Arnold gets back to his house, he sees Phil Hartman in his house, and he puts the tree on top of the star on top of his tree. And he remembers that Phil Hartman has a Turbo Man that he got for his son. And so he breaks into his house and takes it, but he realizes that what he's doing is wrong. And he's just going to put it back, and then he gets chased by this mad reindeer. And one thing is, a statue of Haggis caught on fire, and he kicks it out of the window and scares away some carolers. And his wife and Phil Hartman come and realize what he's doing, and they're leaving behind. So while they take them to the parade, and Phil Hartman says, "You can't bench press out of your way of this one." And then the Mad Reindeer comes back, and then he looks like, "You picked the wrong day." And goes and knocks the reindeer on its ass, and it's like, "You started it." And then it shows them. He's giving the reindeer some beer. "Hey Rudolph, can I buy you another round?" So he decides he's gonna keep his promise by going to the parade. And then Phil Hartman tries to put the moves on Arnold's wife, and then Rita Wilson hits him with this thermos that had eggnog in it. He's like, "Well, that didn't go exactly well as I hoped." And then almost again, Arnold's chased by Robert Conrad, and he runs to this room, and Arnold gets mistaken that for a guy who's supposed to be dressed up as Turbo Man. So he gets put on the suit, and he's put on risen onto this float, and he gets really excited because he starts waving. He's like, "This is cool. I can really get into this." And then does like the signature the thing for Turbo like this. And then he gets the doll, which he gets to choose a winner, a kid to give it to, and he's pointing at us and he says, "Jamie," and then he's like, he knows my name. And so he comes up there, gets the doll, and Sinbad, who ties up the actor who plays as Dementor. He gets in the costume, and when he gets down there, everyone's like booing him, and he's like, "Oh, shut up, shut up." "Okay, kid, give me the doll, and no one gets hurt." He's like, "Myron, come on, Myron, you're taking this too far." And then the guy who's dressed as Booster, that pink saber-toothed tiger, is like, "Hey, this ain't this ain't the way we rehearsed it." And he's like, "You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster," and whacks him. And the kids are like, "We don't like you know." and then Sinbad's little goes, "Ta-ta, Turtle Man," and it has like a self fist launch, And then Arnold gets like this thing, shoots out these discs at him, and this group of called the Demon Team, like the Dementor's henchmen, like dogpile on him, and like he needs one, and bangs two, and then like picks up one and throws it on the whole bunch. And while that's going on, Sinbad chases Jamie over because he wants that doll so bad, and they climb out on top of a roof of a building onto this what are those things called? You put on the decoration you put on the roof, and as Arnold it has a jetpack, and he uses the jetpack to say the saying "It's turbo time," and he doesn't know how to fly a jetpack, and he's like flying going all the way around crazy. Yeah, like you say, for everyone who's like, "Oh, Arnold is so silly like this," but to me, I like it because it's fun. It's harmless, even though for a film that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's silly, harmless fun. I had fun, so I can let all that slide. But even though as goofy as it sounds, at the end of the day, I had fun with the movie. So, and Sinbad gets the doll, but he has Arnold throws like this boomerang and hits him. He falls down, and then Jamie falls, but he catches him, brings him back down safely to the ground. And Jamie's like, "I wish Dad was here," but I yelled at him. And he's like, "Oh, Jamie, your father's not mad at you." And he's like, "How do you know that?" "Well, who knew better than me?" So yeah, even though the silliness that he couldn't recognize that was his father's voice. Yeah, I know. But but I thought it was in the end of the funny part where uh Robert Connor is like, "As for you, Turbo Man, we can use a man like you on the force," and I was like, "Thanks." Well, I am sorry for all the things that happened. I'm sorry for the bike and the coffee and the bus and the bomb. And Robert Connor is his face like, and then Jamie gives the doll to Sinbad because what I think it's about what he was doing for the son, and I was like, but Jamie, I thought you wanted this doll more than anything. What do I need the doll for? I got the real Turbo Man at home. And the crowd picks him up, and then just picks him up, and it's like. So yeah, it's just I mean, so overall, yeah, it's just fun me revisiting this film because it's another childhood favorite of mine, and it's one of my favorite Schwarzenegger films growing up. So, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad were both such fun in the movie. For the only family Christmas film that Arnold's done, it's fun. It's harmless. Yeah, as much as silly as a lot of the goofiness and the silliness, I enjoy the movie. I had fun. It's one of my favorite Christmas films, and at the end of the day, I just had fun. It's a fun, harmless movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger was fun. Sinbad was fun. Phil Hartman, may rest in peace. Rita Wilson was fine. It was nice to see Jim Belushi, once again with the Arnold since Red Heat. And also the film was also produced by director Chris Columbus as well. He was a producer on this film as well. Chris Columbus, director of Home Alone 1 and 2. So it's fitting how he produced a Christmas film like this. So, but it's a fun Christmas film, and I like the take on that play like I mentioned with the Cabbage Patch Dolls, how the craze was back in the day, and how they're trying to do a kind of a play on this of everyone going crazy trying to get this action figure. But yeah, I had fun with them. I enjoy it still to this day. It's a fun time to watch around Christmas. The whole cast overall was fine. Yeah, with Jake Lloyd, I'm still not the biggest. I didn't care for him. I didn't care for him. Phantom Menace. He's not the one. It's not one of those child actors I don't care for. For me personally, I mean, he's not. That, well, of course he did this before. He did this before Phantom Menace though, but. I would say he's not horrible though, but he's not one of my favorite child actors. That's all. But the rest of the cast, especially Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, they were fun. Lots of fun. Put that cookie down. I love that line. It's just hilarious as hell. Yeah. So yeah, for reviewing, for start off with around the Christmas Christmas themes. Um, I just have fun with it. So I'm just trying to look around and see whether Christmas related stuff I have. I got a couple in mind, but there's other things I want to review before the end of the end of this month before the new year comes. So I'll try to get a little bit of Christmas though. But this one reviewing for its 20th anniversary movie review. Jingle All the Way. 20 years later, it's still fun. For people who love Schwarzenegger, they're obviously going to be have fun with this film. For him starring in a comedy, especially for a Christmas comedy as well. So, 20 years later, I still give it 2 thumbs up. I love the movie. Another childhood classic. I used to also say one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies. It's just fun to watch. But if anyone has not seen this film, I would advise you check it out. So, and if you like the film, if you don't like the movie, that's understandable. I completely understand why no one would like the movie, but I know there's people who do though, but people who, for the first time, they don't like it. I understand. But it's one of the two favorite films I like from director Brian Levant. This film and Beethoven. The Flintstones I have to rewatch again though, but the prequel not so much. But and again the guy also directed Problem Child 2 though, but I haven't seen Problem Child 2 though, but Beethoven and this film are his best films. But yeah, that's my 20th anniversary movie review for Jingle All the Way. It's still fun to watch. It's still fun around for the Christmas time. And once again, Arnold Schwarzenegger, lots of fun in this film. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.